Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge, coming in to do this week's energetic forecast reading. This is for the week of April the 17th, going through the 24th. And what we're doing is taking a look at the energy within each one of our 7 major chakras. I like to pull a card using the Psychic Tarot deck. This is by John Holland. It is a wonderful card deck that blends both oracle cards, tarot cards, chakras, everything together into one beautiful system. There are so many different modalities out there, so many different practices, so many different belief systems. And I love to use tools that incorporate many different ways of doing things because we are all such unique individuals. Something that is so important to me, and as an instructor for human design, I am here to teach authenticity. I am here to live authenticity. And we can only do that when we allow ourselves to drop down those walls and to start allowing ourselves to really feel. So as an intuitive and in preparing for this message, I want to try something a little bit different today. And I want to share with you guys for a moment another YouTube video that is really going to put a lot of feeling and context into today's reading. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to bring up a commercial from Dawn. So just take a moment and watch and allow yourself to feel for
Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Lean on me. Lean on me.
So thank you for taking a moment to watch that with me. And I'm not here to promote Dawn as an agent for cleaning your dishes, but there's so much more symbolicness behind that message. So what was coming to me today is, we all have periods of time in our lives, circumstances, situations that start to put that heavy energy on us. It starts to come through as that oil, that suppression, that energy that just coats the essence of who you truly are. It starts to feel very suffocating. It starts to weigh you down. It starts to be really hard to breathe and to function. And a lot of times we feel that energy in terms of feeling very tired, feeling very angry, feeling very anxious, very worried, just feeling like we are going around in circles, unable to really be ourselves. Now, sometimes we are under the illusion that we have to force that energy off of us. We have to do things either, physically within ourselves to push that energy away, to shift the moods, to do things that are for the highest good, but we do it in a way that we believe takes a lot of effort and a lot of force. So that video today is representing that, when you are feeling things are just not right, you are feeling the heaviness of your own energy, you're feeling the heaviness of somebody else's energy, you're aware of the energy out in the world that is feeling suffocating. It is not a matter now of doing things that are forcefully going to take care of that. But just like that Dawn soap, it is taking the time to gently care for yourself, to gently hold yourself, to gently wash that stuff away. Now, in all the work I do as an energy guide, I've done the emotion code training with Dr. Bradley Nelson. I'm a human design guide, a Reiki guide. And what we do is we allow folks to figure out within themselves the best way for them to clear their energy. Because again, we are such unique energetic beings. Nobody can do the work for you. You have to do it for yourself. But that work does not need to be hard. It is a very gentle, loving process where you are allowing yourself to feel for you. you're taking the time to sit in that weight for a little while, to acknowledge that it's real. It does exist. It is your reality. So many times we try to hide that and suppress it, pretending that everything is fine, but it gets to the point where you cannot deny any longer that there are things there to be cleared. Now that becomes a process in love itself, because it's taking the time to acknowledge that you are ready to change, and you are ready and open to change in a way that is very gentle, very loving to yourself, and very kind to yourself. So as we jump into this reading today and we pull cards for each one of those 7 centers, I would like you to take the time to consider, how can I remove those energetic blockages that I'm feeling in my own life, that I'm feeling around me, that I'm feeling out in the world? How can I let that energy go in such a way that is going to be very gentle and compassionate on myself, very gentle and compassionate to others, and always with a sense of understanding that we are all going through our own circumstances. We are all carrying our own pain stories. We are all living in our own realities. So the message today is that reminder of love. Love starts with yourself. Love starts with compassion. Love starts with understanding. And then it is also shown to others. So let's take some time now to go through each one of those 7 centers. I'm shuffling through the cards. Then we're going to take a look and dive right into the message to get a little bit more understanding onto this energy and the best way that we can care for ourselves and others this week. So I have cards here for the root center, for the sacral center. Just going to take some time now to pull through the rest. Just had the solar plex jump out. And this is a good opportunity to help yourself center and ground, to embody the message and to help clear your energy by just taking some breaths. Just taking some nice deep breaths into your body to get yourself centered and prepared, open and receptive. Got the heart center. I'm going to move those down. Throat center. Looking for the third eye. I always love thinking of that beautiful clearing of that little duck there in that Dawn commercial, and how wonderful it would feel to treat yourself with such compassion, to gently wash off some of that energy, that debris, and how peaceful it must feel to just surround yourself in such love. So the hand in that video, that message, that is your hand. That is you caring and nurturing for yourself, not looking out for others to have to do that for you. Of course, our guides are always around to show us the way, to be there for us, surrounding us in that love, holding us in that love. But it is up to us to bring that compassion within. So we have our 7 cards here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the bottom of the deck. I like to say that this offers some overall energy for the entire reading. And then we're going to jump in to take a look at each one of the 7 major chakras to get some more guidance to how we can clear away this heavy energy that seems to be kind of looming right here in such a way that is gentle and compassionate and for our highest good. So the energy we have at the bottom of the deck is authority. Now this is coming to us in protection. Again, it's coming to the feeling for me of it is time to get out of our own way. It is time to stop forcing things into action and to be more compassionate, more open, more understanding, allowing the barriers to move out of the way so that you can truly feel yourself. So we're going to put the authority to the side. It is in protection. It came to us upside down. We're going to remove that energy as a blockage for jumping into this reading. And we're going to go now right to our root center. So that root center is what drives us down into the earth. It keeps us committed here. It keeps us feeling safe, secure, making us feel like we are a part of this existence. So the energy down in that root center is patience. So here we have that beautiful essence of a seed going into the ground, and knowing and trusting that everything starts as a little seed. You are a little seed. It takes time to care for that seed, to water it, to nurture it, to give it sunshine, to allow it to breathe. And only when it is ready is it going to come up out of the ground. Just like yourself, when you are going through transitions, you're going through processes, you cannot force yourself into action. You cannot force yourself into doing things until your body is ready to do it. So we are being asked to have a lot of patience with self, a lot of time to really nurture the core essence of who you are, to treat yourself like that little seed, the little seedling that's coming up. It is springtime right now. Everything needs such tender, loving care. Everything is getting used to the new environment, the shifting of the seasons, the newness that's going on. You have to give yourself that time to just breathe. So let's all be very patient, very gentle, and acknowledge that we are rooting down into this essence, and that it's going to take some time, and that is more than okay. It is certainly going to be worth the journey. It is going to be full of compassion, full of love, and a great opportunity to just get to know who you are. Our next card is jumping up now into that sacral center that is just under the belly button. This is typically where we plant the seeds for a new creation, for a new tomorrow. We get all that creativity going, and we also take a look at those emotional stories that are ready to go. It is ready to clear space so that new opportunities can start to be planted for us. So the energy down in that center says, financial and material changes. So you'll notice that the hand is spread out. It is going in multiple directions. It is also showing all the different seasons. It is showing all the different colors. It is showing the number 5 because that is all about change. So down in that sacral center, this is a time of change. There are many, many things going on. Sometimes there's a tendency that we want to reach out and we want to hold on to it. We want to stop things from changing, but we can't do that. It is not up to us to control the way the world is going. It is beyond our abilities to worry and change about, it is beyond our abilities to change anything that is going on out in the world. So we have to relax and just accept that change is inevitable. It doesn't mean that we are not going to be affected by change. There are certainly things that are going to come into your life, come into your experience, come into your energy that absolutely is going to impact you. What matters is, how are you bracing yourself for that change? How are you going to prepare yourself so that you can go through those transitions with as much gentleness and as much patience for yourself as possible? So we're being asked to take some time to really consider, what do we need? What do we value? What is important to us? How can you prepare yourself for these coming times, for this period right now? How can you just go with the flow of life without trying to force things to be the way you want them to be? Again, knowing and trusting that everything that's happening out in the world is beyond our control. So releasing that energy of trying to hold on and just allowing yourself to let it pass through you, to know that this is a moment in time and this too shall change. So let us support each other in getting through this. Let us support each other, reminding ourselves that we are not alone, that we are so connected to everybody else out there, that we can share in this experience of learning to have more patience, learning to have more understanding, learning that everybody comes to their own ideas, their own way, at their own time. So there's a lot of gentleness coming into this reading. There's a lot of compassion coming into this reading. We're moving up now into that solar plex. So this is just under the rib cage, above the belly button. It's that center of willpower, the center of that inner fire, that passion, where you're going to get that drive and that energy to support you in the week ahead. So the card down in that chakra is the heart center. And I love getting these chakra cards. I say this every week when we do a reading, that this feels so magical because there's 56 cards in this deck. There are 7 chakra cards. And to pull a chakra card is truly of significance. Every single week we have been pulling a chakra card within our reading, and it just adds to that validation of we are not alone. We are so loved and supported by our guides. So down in that will center, down in the solar plex, down in that center of taking that action lies the energy of the heart, the energy of healing, the energy of having that support, that energy of knowing that whatever you need to do, do it from a place of love. So truly checking in with yourself, taking that time to feel, taking that time to be patient, taking that time to understand that change is going to occur, and that is okay. Allowing yourself then the time to feel that, to feel it before you jump into action, to really consider for yourself, what do I need? What is the best for me in this moment, in this time? What can I reasonably do for myself that can support me in my growth, in that compassion, in that gentleness of pushing through and removing some of those barriers that are preventing me from going forward? Again, knowing that sometimes the best action might be a call to stillness, because stillness is action, and we forget about that. We forget that taking the time to go into meditation, to connect with nature, to feel rooted to the ground, to really think things through, to plan things out, that has a lot of power in its ability to give you clarity, to feel through the emotions, to make sure you're coming from a place that is truly in your highest good and not from a place of instant reaction. We always want to make sure that we are responding to what is in our highest good, not reacting in that impulsive reaction to just push away the energy, to push away the stress, to push away the worry. So take some time to really get heart-centered in this week, in this energy. There's a lot of love supporting you in that process. We're taking that up now. We're moving right into that heart center, jumping right into our card. And here we have stand your ground. Now this came up for us last week, and it is sitting in the heart, because you know what is best for you. You know the truth of what is authentic for yourself. You know your value system. You know your beliefs. Your body knows what is in your best interest. So stand your ground, stand in your power, stand in your conviction that you have the ability to choose what is right for yourself. Now, there's a lot of things that are out of our control. Focus on what is in your control. Take that time to really be patient with yourself, to always remember that life is full of choices. Focus your attention on what you have the ability to do. Get that clarity before you take that action. Make sure you are checking in with that heart center, that beautiful essence and love, and then feel that conviction for yourself. Don't sway. Make that your uncompromisable negotiations. Standing your ground in that conviction, not apologizing for it, setting your boundaries, and being okay with who you are. There's a lot of energy and a lot of power coming behind you to support you in your decisions. We're moving up now into that beautiful throat center. The throat is all about communication and manifestation. So bringing things into that form and moving forward. We had a card that came to us right side up. It wanted to be seen as soon as it was flipped over. And it is all about new beginnings. Your moment starts now. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter what is going to happen in the future. What matters is where you are right now, right in this present moment, right in this present energy, right in this present feeling. You have the number 0 there because nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So this is your calling card in that communication, in that energy that you're sending out there, into those action steps you're going to take, is that all you need to focus on is this present moment. And sometimes that can be really hard to do because we are wanderers by nature. The mind likes to wander back to the past. It likes to carry those old stories forward. It likes to worry and replay things over and over and over again. It likes to jump to the future and consider what could happen, what if, I wonder. It has all of those things and starts to create its own illusions. We are being asked to ignore that, to come back into balance to yourself, to come back to this very, very present moment and just worry about now. Let everything else take care of itself. Connect again back into that heart center, down in that solar plex, feeling that fire and that conviction of releasing any other thoughts, any other stresses, any other worries. Again, we're being gentle. Just like that duck, we are gently clearing off the energy. We are gently allowing that compassion to come into self as we are going through this period, as we are preparing for the full moon that is coming up on April the 26th, as we are getting ready for more changes. Preparing right now for whatever it is that we want to project out into the future. Again, our thoughts become things. Whatever you're thinking about in this exact moment, whatever you are feeling in this exact moment, then goes out into your future and you walk into it. You are always walking into your own energy. You are always walking into what you're projecting out into the world. So focus just on now, just on now, knowing and trusting that you have the ability to change your thoughts, to change your behaviors, to change your gentleness at any time. What matters is that you learn to stand your ground for you, you fall into that heart space, and you choose yourself in this moment. What a powerful message. We're moving up now into the third eye. This is all about your intuition, that inspiration. What messages do we have in store for us up there? Well, we have shadow. We have that coming to us in protection. This card is all about balance. So again, knowing that we have a positive and a negative. We have the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the sun and the moon. We have opposites to every experience. So a lot of times, you go through the pain in order to experience the love. You go through the heartache to experience the joys. You go through many different emotions, many different feelings, many different dualities. This is often to appreciate that there are both sides. Our job is to find that equilibrium, to come into balance into the middle, to not ignore the shadow self, to not push away all the negativity, to not pretend it doesn't exist, but to acknowledge it, to learn from it, to embrace it, to know that there's going to be light around the next corner. There is going to be the start of a brand new day. There is going to be another moment. Looking at that positivity, and again, reminding ourselves that, there's a lot of moments of joy, of happiness, of uplifting, but life isn't always that either. There has to be a balance of both sides. There has to be an ongoing human journey. There has to be an opportunity for the world to correct its balance at all times. So the best that we can do is truly to stay in the moment, truly just stay centered with this moment in time, letting everything else worry about itself, and being really patient. Being patient with yourself as you're going through these different cycles, you're going through these different patterns, not expecting yourself to always be just one way, not criticizing yourself for having negativity. Now you have all the power within you that when that mental mind is fighting you and it is pushing against you, that you can push back and you can bring it into balance. And this is where you have that ability to choose for yourself. You have the ability to balance. So when you are feeling too much fire, too much anger rising inside, then you can pull in some water. You can douse that flame. When you are feeling too scattered up in the air, too much up in the head, then you have the ability to ground. You can choose to center yourself down. We always have the opportunity in life to take a look at where we are on that spectrum and then to consider what is the opposite of that? What do I need to bring in more of so that I can find the balance within and I can come into peace in my heart and know it as my truth? We're now moving up now to the Crown Center for our last card in this reading. And here we have a card that is another chakra, and this is all about that third eye. So we have 2 chakra cards in this reading. This is here to tell you to trust in your intuition. That is the essence of the higher self that is coming through. It is opening up the wisdom that is available to us all. This is about feeling for yourself. Using your energetic ability to know that there's emotional feelings, there is mental feelings, there are physical feelings, there are spiritual feelings. We are a feeling being. We are an energetic being. Our intuition is going to let us know different sensations, different thoughts, different warnings. So the more that we can pay attention to ourselves, and again, this is dropping us down into not taking any action until you have checked in with your heart. So I like to pull a lot of science into the work that I do because a lot of folks, they need facts. They're always saying, show me the proof, show me that I can see something tangible. Well, I'm here to tell you that, you can go check out the Heart Math Institute as one source to look at the scientific information available that proves that that heart center has more neuroelectronic activity than the brain does. To look at the scientific studies that have been conducted for years and years and years, proving that energy exists, proving that auras exist, proving that thoughts change matter, that energy changes matter. They cannot see it, but they have scientifically proven things in many, many different ways. Now, is everything an absolute truth? No, because there's always, again, 2 sides to everything. There is always that ability for us to question, for us to feel, for us to decide for ourselves. So use your intuition with all that information that is out there. Trust in what you are feeling for yourself. Trust in whether that information is correct for you or not. Take the time to do your own research. Take the time to form your own opinions. Take the time to discover and be curious. Don't be absolute in things are right or wrong. Try to take the middle ground at all times and just be open. Just be open to many different opportunities. What else is there out there? What else can I discover? What more to this story do I need to understand? What happens if I shift my perspective and I look in a different direction? What happens if I put myself in somebody else's shoes and I consider their viewpoint or their experience for a moment? What else can I learn? How much more wisdom can I gain from that? So there is a lot of information this week on being gentle with yourself, understanding that weight of that energy, that weight of that suppression, that heaviness that keeps us confined, and knowing and trusting that you have all the ability inside to be gentle with yourself in that process of removing, of surrendering, of knowing it's a slow release. You're going to do it at your own time, in your own pace, in the way that is right for you. So fall back into your heart center, come out of the mental mind, start feeling everything around you, and use that heart brain to trust in yourself, because you have all the ability inside to trust in what you need, and just stay focused on this moment. You don't have to do anything more than just now. So take a deep breath, relax a little bit, let some of that weight come off the shoulders, let some of the weight come off the backbone, stand in the essence of your power, claim your energy, be gentle with your actions, be gentle with the process, and just decide what is in my control. What do I need to balance the energy? What do I need to do to prepare for these changes for myself? I wish you all the best this week. You've got it. Be gentle, be compassionate, take it a moment at a time. Namaste to you all, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Much love.